Let's build MiniBurner XL Toolhead. This is the main body, already with heat inserts mounted. These two are for the backplate for tool changer setup. These four are for the hot end fan. These two are for the part cooling fan. Also this part cooling fan, and here inside are two for the extruder support. The extruder support has two heat inserts on the underside. The face plate or the tool head has two heat inserts. Also the toolboard support has two heat inserts. The main body also has possibility for LED mounting. I glued them in, and the wires will come beneath the part cooling fan, the hot end fan, and will be wired in parallel. The hot end fan must be a 5-volt fan, and will be wired in parallel with the hot end fan. And whenever the hot end fan is running, the LEDs are leading. We will start with mounting the hot end. The details about this hot end will be on my GitHub. We will use 4 2.5 M2.5 screws, 8 mm long. With a 2 mm Allen key. Now we will use the original X carriage, Warren X carriage, to mount a tool head, the main body. Be careful for the wires. On the lower side we will need two countersunk M3 8 mm long with a 2 mm Allen key. And for the upper side, two M3 10 mm long cap screw. Easy with this too. They are threaded directly into the printed part. Now we'll go with a hot end fan. We will be held in place by 4 14 mm screw and 3 cap screw. Now the part cooling fan, which we have prepared earlier, on the left side. With two 14 mm long and 3 screws. On the right side will be a little trickier because we must fit the thermistor and heater cable on this channel here, and it's not a lot of place. Will work better with the fan first. I didn't glue the fan in just now, it's just a demo. It's a bit trickier because it's not a lot of place. Okay, two 14mm screws. Okay, now we will put extruder support. The wires will go, the left part cooling fan will go out on the left side and the other wires on the right side. For this we will use two 20mm screws with washers, with one washer. Careful not to pinch any wires between the main body and the extruder support. And now the face of the extruder, of the tool head, with two 20mm screws. Now the extruder. For this demonstration I will use Orbiter V2, but usually I use Serpa Mini, but I don't have now a Serpa Mini. I don't have now a Serpa Mini, the part cooling fan wire. For this we will need two 40mm long screws, 14. Of course you will need to put PTFE tubing. I didn't do it now for this demo, but you will need to cut one for the exact length you will need. And now the toolboard support, which will be mounted with two 8mm long screws. and the tool board will be mounted with two 10mm long screws. I don't have now a tool board for demo, and of course you will need to wire this. Now for an extra, I have here an add-on between the extruder support and the extruder, which is a filament cutting add-on, which looks like this. For this you will need a piece of 4mm metal tubing, in my opinion, something the blade should have to cut against, and a 10mm and 10mm long, 3mm in diameter pin, because the blade is on an angle, and without this it will bury itself in the printed part. Two ballpoint screws, ballpoint springs, ballpoint pen springs, and two 35mm long screws. Of course, another 6mm screw and a nut. This comes between the extruder and the extruder support, and this time with 20mm long screws. You will mount this, and this will you will need to use the macro for this, and this will send the tool head somewhere in the back and push against something fixated on the back extrusion, on the gantry back extrusion, for cutting the filament. I do not recommend this cutting filament adapter for the tool changer setup, because the 3 pins system will not handle well the shocks from the filament cutting, but you do you. That's all. Hope I can explain it better on GitHub.